Good evening, Tipsiers. Ranger Dave coming at you from almost 7,000 feet of elevation here outside of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Tonight's footage and tasting is something else. I have watched this footage now a dozen times. I've laughed, I've cried, I've had to drink a ton just to kind of digest what happened. You're in for a treat. The tasting notes of this evening are failure, a little rawness, and then a full-bodied finish with the one, the only Piledriver. So sit back, relax, pop open that cold one. Let's get to work. So quick reminder, hit that like and subscribe button if you love hiking or simply like adult beverages and trying new things. Also check out the description. We're going to have links to the trail and also the distillery that's featured this evening. Tonight's featured trail is the Spanish Peaks Trail in southern Colorado. So the Spanish Peaks are two mountains that are really prominent in southern Colorado, especially if you're traveling up or down I-25 between Pueblo and then Trinidad, which is the state line of Colorado and New Mexico. You can approach from the eastern side or the western side. Both sides of the trail are pretty tough. Piledriver took the western side, which is slightly easier, but it's still 7.9 miles long. You still get 2,600 feet of elevation gain, so it's no walk in the park. But the views are worth it. It is beautiful over there. Southern Colorado has a lot of beauty, but not a lot of foot traffic. So if you're looking for an area, especially if you're traveling from the south, that you want to get out on a trail, you don't want to see too many hikers, Southern Colorado really offers that. Tonight's featured beverage is Axe And Oak Bourbon out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. So Axe And Oak is a great local distillery. They have two main offerings that I see around town a lot, and I've even seen in this region a fair amount at liquor stores. They have their bourbon, and then they have a rye whiskey that's great. That'll certainly make another tasting. Tonight, though, we're focusing on that bourbon. They're based out of Ivywild School. You might recognize that name from one of our earlier videos. So Ivywild is a converted school that has many different great restaurants. It has a brewery we featured. And it also has the Axe and Oak Tasting Room and Distillery. Head to that tasting room if you get a chance, if you're in the southern part of Colorado Springs. So they have their main offerings. They have a few other items as well, but they really have some neat seasonal offerings that you usually don't see in the stores. In fact, they do have some special runs of different whiskeys they have. I've seen them maybe once or twice. If you see one of those, snatch them up. They're great. I have one bottle of their port cask whiskey. It's great. I'm only opening it though for a really special occasion. But check out Ivywild. Check out that tasting room. It's worth the trip. So tonight also features one of my friends, Piledriver. Piledriver and I have torn up a lot of miles on trails here in Colorado. He is a one-of-a-kind guy. You're going to see that in this video. He's certainly someone you want in your corner on the trail, especially when things aren't going exactly according to plan. That was mentioned in one of our videos, 3 tips on what to do on the Colorado Trail. But he's a great guy. He does have simpler tastes when it comes to adult beverages, but he is a great member of the Tipsy team. So thank you for joining us tonight. Let's get to the trail. You're in for a treat, so just buckle up. I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you're living life long, loose, and full of juice.
I'm Piledriver with Tipsy Above Treeline, and this is my buddy Conquistador. Say something in Spanish, Conquistador.
Vamos para arriba.
Yeah, I have no idea what that means.
We're going to the top.
We're going to the top, baby. Yeah. Going to the top. So we'll see when we get there. Maybe a couple times along the way. Later. All right. We're just kind of starting. We're probably 15 minutes into the hike. Just came out of the forest into this nice beautiful meadow. Sun's just coming up over the horizon to the east, which is generally where the sun comes up from. And it's just beautiful. Colorado's incredible. There's my boy Conquistador. Alright.
That's where we're going, right up there.
Right up there. Alright. Just taking a 2-minute break so we can get a picture from the trail. And that's probably the Cachara Valley, you think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, just more beauty. And you can't really see it, but to the east and southeast, it's kind of foggy, really nice. All right, there's my boy Conquistador. still on the West Peak Trail, heading toward the summit of West Spanish Peak. There's this incredible view. And we're
that house up there.
yeah, there's a house. Oh, let's see if we can get it. Yeah, that little dot. It's not much to look at. Not quite sure how they built that there. So, just to preview a little bit, when we get up to the top, I've got a nice whiskey offering called Axe and Oak from Colorado Springs. And Conquistador and I are going to give it a shot. So, see you up there. All right, we just exited Timberline right here, and now it's a race to the top. Great shot. Conquistador again.
Almost there.
Kind of
Ready
windy.
for a shot.
Kind of windy. It's a little cold. But it's an incredible day. Couldn't ask for better. Hardly any clouds, so I don't think we're going to run into any thunderstorms. Yeah, the moon. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, so
I gotta keep going.
go ahead.
I'll meet you there.
All right, so we're going straight up the mountain. It's crazy. Hardly even can see the trail. You just look for these little cairns along the way as your guiding posts. There's one here. The place is filled with little flying bugs. But we're having a great time still. Great day. What a view. Are you kidding me? Colorado's it's the shit. Yeah, so I don't know how well this video shows this, but this feels like it's straight up. There's really no trail. You're just climbing over all this scree, sometimes on your hands, sometimes just using your trekking poles, but it's a bitch. But we're doing it because we're a couple of bosses.
Yes, we are.
All right. This is Piledriver from the Spanish Peaks Trail. That's down. Okay. That's up. I decided to call it. I'm at about 12,800 feet right now. The summit's at about 13,600, 13,700. Have about 800-900 more feet to go. And the trip up is going to be a bitch. And what I'm even more worried about is the trip down. There's just no trail. It's all this loose rock, this shale, scree, whatever you want to call it. And I decided I'm going to call it. And so I am going to bust out the flask here. Where is it? Oh boy. If I can't find the flask, I'm going to be pissed. All right, here we go. This is my flask from Primo Liquor Flasks. Highly recommend it. Nice flasks. They look good. Come with a little funnel, of course, so I can fill it up. More important than that, the contents. I've got Axe and Oak Bourbon Whiskey. Axe and Oak is a Colorado Springs distillery. As far as I know, there are just two offerings, the bourbon whiskey, and they have a rye. They could very well have more that I'm unaware of, but this is the bourbon whiskey. And so here we go. I will tell you, this is one of the smoothest whiskeys that you could drink. Easy drinking. One of the guys that is part of Tipsy Above Treeline Diesel, he's kind of a connoisseur. He'll say things like, it's got a peppery finish or some kind of connoisseur BS. I don't know. All I say is it's either tough to drink or it's smooth. This is smooth. This is good stuff. Axe and Oak Bourbon whiskey, easy to drink, good taste. I would recommend it highly. So, this is Piledriver or Big Pussy, one of the two, signing off from Spanish Peaks West Trail. Probably see you again before I get to the bottom.